Hey everyone, today, beautiful and budget-friendly spring decor DIYs. And by the way, if you're new here, I'm Tonya. And if you're returning, welcome back. And I do hope that you all like, share, and subscribe. For our first DIY, welcome family and friends wall art. I'm going to be taking one of the chargers from Dollar Tree and these little acrylic beads that I found at the thrift store. And I'm just going to glue a few of those on there and then paint this with some white chalk paint. And then once I get this painted really well, I am going to be taking some rosemary dried herbs and sprinkling it in the wet paint. And this made such a beautiful texture on this. I had been wanting to try this with the dried herbs and the paint for a while, and I give it a try on this platter. Love this idea, everyone. I hope you do. I'm going to seal all of these designs today with some matte Mod Podge, but everyone, wait till you see how this looks when I have all of the little greenery accents on here. It turns out to be such a beautiful design, and the dried herbs give a beautiful texture to the paint, and because they're so light and airy, they stick to the paint so well. So I hope you do give this one a try, and I hope you enjoy these today. Now you can see I just took a cluster of greenery and kind of tied it off to the side, and I really am happy to be using those vintage buttons this year. And then I had this cute little sign that I thought I would put on here that said welcome family and friends, and I thought this would make a perfect door greeter. You could just hang this up in your home. You could use this pretty much anywhere as a little welcome sign to your family and friends. Now I had these fun little beads, so I decided to add a little bit of the brown in there just for a little pop of color and contrast. But you could put whatever hanger you wanted on this. You could even put a plain hanger right on the back. But everyone, I love this decor idea. And you can see I used the buttons on the back to attach the hanger. But everyone, look how beautiful this texture is. And it's kind of a nice little conversation piece, wondering what is on there. And this was the rosemary herbs. And I'll be using some different herbs throughout the video today to create these designs. Now for our next DIY, we're going to do one more platter. I did the same technique on this one, but I decided just to take a paper envelope and just add some beautiful sprigs of lavender. I think the lavender is one of my favorite greeneries that Dollar Tree carries every year. I think they're really pretty and high quality, so definitely check those out. Now I'm just going to place my envelope on there that I had stuffed with the Excelsior grass. And I just thought I would pull out one of my pieces of lace and just glue across the bottom of the envelope. And just a simple design, everyone. And I am really loving that texture on those chargers. So you'll have to let me know if you're going to give these a try, because I think you'll really enjoy what you can do with just putting these dried herbs or even dried flowers in your paint. But I think this is so beautiful, everyone. I hope you enjoy these. Now for our next DIY, let's create a spring bird nest bouquet wall art. Now I'm going to be taking one of those wire baskets and I'm going to be using those wallpaper sheets. And I love these that they have in the section where they have all the loose papers, and they've got so many pretty ones for spring. And I'm going to be using my black canvas here today. And I'm just going to attach that. I did go back and have to glue underneath. The sticky was not quite sticky enough to hold, so keep that in mind. You could use hot glue or tacky glue on this. And then I'm going to be putting the canvas with our beautiful little spring wallpaper right down in that basket. I'm going to use a pool noodle at the bottom, and that's where we're going to be putting all of our greenery. And I thought I would just go ahead and take some more of these little acrylic beads that I picked up at the thrift store. And everyone, I've got to see if I can find these somewhere. These were pretty old, and they're really fun to DIY and decorate with. And I decided to just add a little bit of my white chalk paint and then a little bit of a kind of a dark gray, because I still have a lot of gray in my home. So I kind of did that to age up the edges there. But I love this. I think it turned out to be such a beautiful little design. And I've been trying to find something to do with these wire baskets. Now, I did staple that a little bit at the top and then just run some hot glue kind of in there to hold that against the wire basket. You definitely want to staple that down, though, because sometimes the hot glue doesn't hold. And now I'm just going to take some more of that Excelsior grass and just try to really cover up that pool noodle area. You could use moss, you could use straw, anything you want just to kind of get that look, because this is all about building that really pretty bird nest bouquet. And I'm just going to trim everything off. And then I had some different greenery in my craft stash, and I just started building up this beautiful little cluster of greenery just to make a beautiful little spring bouquet. But I really like how this one turned out, and I hope that you do. Well, everyone, if you're enjoying these so far today, don't forget to give me a thumbs up for the video and also leave me a comment and let me know how you're enjoying the DIYs. I think it's really fun to just add in all different mixes of greenery in these type of designs. Now that little bird nest, I actually just took a wreath apart and just kind of squished that together until it formed a little nest. And I had this little bird in my craft stash. Not sure where I got that one, but I decided to add that on there. I thought it looked really pretty. I was going to paint it, and then I decided just to leave it white. And the eggs that I put in there are just from the Easter eggs garland that I picked up at Dollar Tree last year. And then I had these little berries that I had in my craft stash. I thought I'd add those in for a little pop of color, and I think that was making this start all to come together and turn out really beautiful. It's so odd. I found this little white feather in there, so I decided just to pop that right down in my bird's nest. I thought that looked cute because the bird was white. And I'm going to finish it off by adding some more of that Excelsior grass to cover up the end of the pool noodle. Going to trim everything down a little bit, and everyone here, this one is hanging up, and I think this made a beautiful little wall art piece, and I hope that you enjoyed this one and you might give this one a try. Now for our next DIY, let's create a spring bouquet shelf sitter. I'm going to be taking these plastic vases that I picked up at Dollar Tree. Love that they're plastic because the paint adheres to them so well. I'm only going to be painting that top half, and this time I am using basil, and I sprinkle that all over the top of this. And everyone, you can put as much or as little as the herbs as you want, but I hope you give this a try because this is such a fun way to add some texture to all of these creative designs. Now, once I get those done, I created 2 of these because I was going to give my daughter one for her office. I had this burlap ribbon, and I decided to wrap that around the bottom of here. And I just thought that made a really pretty contrast with the white chalk paint and that sprinkle of basil on there. So you'll have to let me know what you think. You could have painted the whole thing white and done it all in the little sprinkle of basil and the white paint, but I just wanted to have something a little different. But that's what's so fun about creating, everyone. You can just create so many different styles and create so many different types of designs. Now, once I get this glued on, I'm going to trim it around the bottom, and then I remembered that I had this white burlap ribbon. So I decided to glue that on around the bottom part just to clean everything up. And I end up painting the burlap ribbon with some more of the white paint so it would match the top a little bit better. But everyone, when I got this done, they made the cutest little bouquets with this type of vase, and I just love how it turned out. Now, once I get that all painted and I'll dry it really well, then I made some really simple rope bows that I had a little button I'm going to be gluing on the front there. And I wanted to have a few little sprigs of greenery. I know not everybody loves the greenery, but I always like to add just a little touch. And these would be adorable setting up anywhere in your home. You just could add these into a shelf setting type of area, make a little vignette, or you could just have them setting out on their own. But you could use glass vases to do this design also. But this was just a really fun one, and I enjoyed so much creating these. Now, here I am. I just took some really crazy little flowers and popped in there, and I think these turned out beautiful. I hope that you enjoy these little vases and that you'll also give these a try. Well, everyone, I hope you're enjoying all of these DIYs. I've got a few more for you. This one was so simple. This is just a wall planter for spring. I took 2 of these little galvanized pails, and everyone, the fun part about these, the pail is made out of this really kind of thin aluminum, and you can tack into them so easy. And I'm going to be using one of those little MDF board signs, and I went ahead and did tack the tacks in there. You saw me do that before, and it makes it a lot easier to just tack them down. But everyone, that was it. I ended up tacking these on there, and then I took 2 of these little fences that they had in that Crafter Square section at Dollar Tree, and I thought of this at the last minute, and I painted those white, and then I used E6000 and a little dab of hot glue for a quick hold, and just glued these onto the front. And these kind of lean forward, which made them hang really pretty on the wall. But I thought these were such a neat little idea that you could just put on your wall, and you could put little bouquets in this. For all year, you could do your spring bouquet, your fall bouquet, even little Christmas bouquet. And I just thought this was a really quick and fun design, and I wanted to share it with you today because it's kind of one of those little staple pieces that you can use throughout the whole year to put some beautiful little bouquets in. Well, everyone, while I'm finishing this one up, I just want to thank all of you that have been subscribing to my channel. I am so happy to have you here. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you consider doing so. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family. I have got so many wonderful creative designs planned for 2025, and I just can't wait to share them with you. And also, don't forget to leave me a comment and let me know some of the other ideas that you would like to see me create here on my channel, and I would be happy to do that for you. Well, everyone, I think we just about got this one done, and all I did was take some greenery clusters that I picked up at Michael's and popped in there, and I think this turned out to be a beautiful piece that I will cherish for many years because it's such a staple item to put beautiful bouquets in. Now for my last DIY, I'm just going to make a riser plant stand. Going to take the last little galvanized planter that I had, and then I had this little wood tray from the Crafter Square section, and I just thought I would glue that right on the bottom there and then flip it over. And I decided again just to take some of my white paint, sprinkle it with a few more of the herbs. I think I even used thyme this time just because I love smelling all of those dried herbs. And everyone, that's why this was so enjoyable. It was just a fun idea to use those dried herbs, and it was just pleasant creating these because the smell was just absolutely wonderful. But everyone, I hope that you enjoyed all of the DIYs today, and if you had a favorite that I created, go ahead and give me a comment and let me know. And let me know if you're going to give any of these a try to have for your spring decor. Now, once I get all of this sprinkled with the herbs that I'm using today, then I'm just going to take a very simple little floral vase that I had in my craft stash, and I just decided to set that there on top, and I think it made a beautiful little spring decor piece. Well, everyone, I hope that you enjoyed all of these today, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you soon.